YouTube, we back with another cut. This one of my most loyal clients, y'all. If you got something, you know what it's like. This guy, man, he been coming to me for a long time. He was coming to me when he had a mohawk. I'm gonna put some of those pictures, them old school pictures in there so y'all can see this man transformation. Fresh, from top to bottom, man. Left to right, and all the way around. Man. Cut King. Again. Appreciate it. For real, we go that far back. Be back again for another cut. Y'all finna watch and see how we come out. Watch me work. Yeah. It's your boy Cut King. We're back with another cut. To the fact that I'm about to do the most, we should really have a toast with a rose, bro. This year gotta be better than the last. Check that bag and don't look bad. Don't look bad. Don't look bad. This year gotta be better than the last. Check that bag and don't look bad. Don't look bad. Don't look bad. This year gotta be better than the last. Check that bag and don't look bad. Don't look bad. Don't look bad. To the fact that I'm about to do the most, we should really have a toast with a rose, bro. This First thing first, make sure you go in there and brushing the hair down. Get the hair down, you know what I'm saying? And he's just getting a taper. You know what I'm saying? Keep him in the game. All right, y'all. Starting off on this haircut, the first thing I'm going to do is comb the hair out just to get the hair going into its natural falling position. This also helps you look at the hair, analyze the hair as well, so you can know where there's any swirls, any cowlicks around the perimeter of the head, so you can know how to attack those when you get to that situation. You want to make sure you comb in all the hair that's being cut down, out, however you want to do it, comb it, brush it, just to make sure that the hair is at a natural state, so it's not super hard on your clippers when it comes down to actually cutting the hair. Now, I'm going to start off with my Babulous, leveling everything out, getting it all down to a even playing field. Now I'm going to do this with the Babulous, one guard open. I'm going against the grain, cutting the hair against the grain versus cutting with the grain. Cutting against the grain cuts the hair a little lower than it does when you cutting the hair with the grain. So just keep that in mind when you are cutting hair. There's nothing wrong with cutting the hair against the grain. It just cuts it a tad bit shorter than it would if you were cutting the hair with the grain. And with that being said, you want to keep that thing going all the way around the head. You want to hit all angles, every angle there is on the head. And with dreads, you want to make sure that you do gather something in between the dread and the clippers, just so you don't go up in that dread and clip one of them dreads off or cut it off and have your client looking all crazy with a baby dread or half a dread in his head next time they come back to you from the locksmith or the dread, whoever they getting their dreads done by. But I'm going all the way around the perimeter of the head with this one guard open. Now you want to analyze how you're going to do this. First thing you want to do is put your ball line in there. Now this is the starting point of the haircut. If you don't do this when you're doing this back taper, if you don't get your ball line in there or your first guideline in there symmetrically to how you want this to be, it's going to throw the fade off. One side going to be higher. It's going to look a little dull. It's going to look off. So Make sure you got this line in there clean and neat. After you do that, after I did that, the next thing I do, I grab my walls, got their walls open, no guard, and I'm gonna go up about a finger's width to an inch up in the back with the first guideline. Actually, I'm pushing my second guideline now. So I got my walls open, and you see that brush in the opposite hand, just making sure I brush, getting rid of the excess hair, getting the hair out my way so I can get to the next phase and not be cutting the same hair over and over again, especially if I already cut it. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my one guard, got my one guard open. I'm gonna do the same thing, go up about a finger's width to an inch. As I'm doing that, as I get to that, I flick out at the top just a little bit so I don't leave a hard line. I don't want to have to push my fade up super high. And I'm keeping that wrist work clean. I'm keeping my wrist work clean. And now you see that second line right there. Now the next thing you do after that one guard open, I put on that half guard, the 0.5, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is, a 0.5 or a half guard. Now with that, I'm going to take out that line I put in that was left behind with that one guard open. And with this guard, I'm going to go open, half open, and then close. And that's going to fade that bottom line out. And then after I hit close, I'm going to do a little more trigger play just to make sure that bottom line is all the way out before I go ahead and get to the next phase of this taper in the back. Y'all see the wrist work. Y'all see the wrist work. And I'm focused. I'm tuned in. Brushing and fading. Fading and brushing. Trigger play as needed at this point. Using my corners and not trying to push that line up no higher. Now I'm doing a little extra little detail work. Not holding the clipper flat against the head, but just using them corners just to make sure I got that second line that I created all the way out. Now I'm going to go down and take out that bottom line. I'm going to go close. Then I'm going to open it up just to fade up now. You see me fade down and you see me fade up. Now I'm just fading up and taking out this very bottom line. And staying consistent in my flow and my hand movement, my wrist movement, keeping everything consistent. Not trying to switch nothing up or push that taper up, and I don't want to push it. So now I'm going to jump back in there with that half guard, the 0.5, going with the grain, just knocking down all the loosey-gooseys and anything that's sticking out the way. Just anything that's going to make my fade look bogus. Now again, you see I still got that little line right there, so I'm going to grab that one guard and just go up there a little bit, doing some little flick out wrist work. Some detail work, making sure I get in there and do what I'm supposed to do, just to bring the rest of this fade together. And you can see I'm really in there too. I ain't playing no games, doing what I gotta do. Y'all see that taper. Y'all see that back taper. Now, going to the side taper, you're gonna do the exact same thing. Don't go in there switching up. Don't go in there trying to do nothing different. You go in there and switch it up, it's gonna be a whole different haircut. So go up in there on that side taper and do the exact same thing that you did on that back taper. And it's gonna look the same. The only difference is it's a smaller area, so you gotta work in a smaller space. your stroke's gonna be a little smaller. The steps gonna be a little smaller. But you go in there and do the exact same thing that you did in the back on them side tapers, trust me. And believe me when I say it, it's gonna look the same. It's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be flat and flawless. Don't go in there and switch it up. Now you know I had to jump in and hit him with the hot towel. I started out to give y'all this exclusive, but I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all this exclusive for real, for real. And he definitely chilling up under this hot towel. It's nice and hot too, warm, just on his forehead, just to pull out the oils in his hair and on his skin to make that lining a little more crispier. You know what I'm saying? And then I give him a little massage, as you can see. Now, after that, you already know. You blow dry them, make sure it's all stiff, lined up where you need it to be, and then you go in with that lining. That started line up. Don't get no better than that. You start off in the middle and work your way to one side. It's all up to you which way you go. Me, I usually just go to the left and then go back to the right. But make sure you start in the middle. Please start in the middle. And man, while y'all watch the rest of this haircut, I'm gonna talk about talk. Man, I've been doing my thing for a while now. I thank y'all for tuning in. Keep tuning in. There's a lot more to see. There's a lot more to watch, man. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, share the info. You can follow me on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat at your boy King Cuts 15. King Cuts underscore 15. Can't stop, don't stop. Go like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's a lot more videos coming. It's a lot more work, man. I'm just showing y'all my growth. And the more I grow, y'all can grow with me. Keep tuning in. It's a lot more to come, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And then you know I gotta go in and do a little enhancements to make this thing pop the right way, the Cut King way. It ain't right if I don't hit them with the razor. And when you're using a razor, just make sure that you stretching the skin out in the opposite direction that you're using that razor for the best outcome. The best outcome is when you stretch the skin when you're using the razor. Y'all see me put that pencil on there with precision, and then I line them up fresh with that razor. Look at this work. Yeah, that way. Yeah, y'all see that work? Your boy Cut King went crazy.